Alright, hello everyone, this is Crota giving you guys now Game 2 in the series between ToD and Sase. Let's go ahead and zoom out the camera back. Everything looks itty bitty smaller. Do you guys like it back or front? Let me know. Obviously, everyone plays in this mode, and now everything just seems a little bit smaller, so harder to figure out where everything is. Now, Sase is spawning as the purple Protoss on the top right-hand side of the map, currently sitting on a very comfortable 1-0 lead over ToD, who is sitting on the top left. This is Whirlwind LE, meaning there are 4 spawning locations on this map, and it is very, very possible to go for a fast expansion here. Now, with the introduction of warp gates, though, it may be rather dangerous. If your opponent is able to spot you out, they can move home field advantage just by warping in a 25-second pylon. I believe it's 25 seconds. Is it 25 seconds? Wow, how come it doesn't tell you that I can warp in a pylon? It only lets me see it. Yeah, you can warp in a cybernetics core and a photon cannon, but you can't really warp in a forge. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going down. Gateways coming in from both sides, as the builds are currently very, very similar. Now, I do know that Sase normally likes to build 2 assimilators and then only put 2 workers on each of these gas geysers. That does mean less diminishing returns. It also means that the Protoss player gets a little bit more gas early on, and he can really afford to do exactly this because of the fact that probes do not need to stay with their building while they're building it. Unlike Zerg players who have to sacrifice the drone altogether, or the SEV who just sits around very, very blindly trying to build the building as it gets zapped by probes or drones most likely. The probe can set it and forget it, and moments later, that building is there, ready to go. Cybernetics Core finally coming into play. You can see that he is using the 2/3 worker trick until he gets up to 16 workers on these mineral patches, and then he should start trying to saturate for his maximum gas potential. Meanwhile, ToD is already double mining double mining with maximum return value here, going 3 probes for gas geyser. That is going to be giving him a significant advantage, as we're now looking at zealots being trained. Alright, you do got to be careful though. Sentry also being trained up as well. We are currently down. Sase finally getting in extra workers on gas. There you have it, 3 workers on gas now. 15/24, as both sides have yet to place down an extra building. Alright, no extra building as of yet. Curious as to whether or not we will be seeing a Nexus, and whether or not the Nexus will be able to pay off for itself. Both sides looks like they're trying to go very heavy in the tech. Twilight Council from Sase, he wants to try and finish up this battle rather quickly. Meanwhile, a Sentry is doing a bit of scouting. You can see Zealots running all around the map here, looking for a base and still not being able to find it. Zealot now running its way off to the north. Stalker should be coming in from the back. Also, Mothership Core comes in here as well. Stalkers always come in from the back. What's the point of stalking your opponent from the front? As the Stalker now comes in to try and poke a bit of damage onto that Mothership Core. The Mothership Core has taken a little bit of actual structural damage there, as the Zealot may now be in trouble. Oh, the Stalker is still taking some damage as the Zealots get up onto the high ground. And are we going to see a bit of a battle? Yes, we will. There is that battle there, as that Stalker, both Stalkers are trying to get off into an engagement and fight. This is not looking good for Sase. Sase having a low hit point Stalker. Oh, there's the time warp as the Zealot gets taken down. Oh, you have to be very careful. 2 extra Stalkers now coming in to reinforce, but oh, this is bad news. ToD using a quick time warp to capture and slow down an escaping Stalker, and now the losses 275 versus 0. And if you had to ask me what does that be like, that is equivalent to not mining with all of your probes on a set of mineral patches for 30 seconds. That is rather large of a difference, and it does come back to haunt you and bite you. So we'll see whether or not that does go down the way we expected, as we do have a pylon here coming in. Perhaps it will scout out this one particular probe. All right, Proxy Pylon now coming in. However, the Stalker, I believe, does know that there is something going down over here. Spots the Pylon, will go ahead and try and clean it up, as a hallucinated Phoenix now backing off. So far, Sase sitting at 38 supply compared to 46. This Pylon will get destroyed, not even canceled yet. And we are waiting for Sase to make some sort of move. It looks like he is just cutting corners all across the map and now being forced to go Dark Templars. You can see that there's one Dark Templar right there. Is it going to perhaps catch the Stalker? This one Pylon will get taken down very easily. You can see it taking its damage now. One more shot. There it goes. As we're now waiting for an Observer to show up. There's the Observer. The Stalkers, are they going to be able to make their way in and perhaps slice and dice their way through? That doesn't seem to be the case. We are still both sitting on 2 bases now. Harvester count sitting even, 35 to 37, or very close to each other, 35 to 37. Now, Sase does have a comfortable lead, 1-0 lead in this series, but he cannot afford to take it for granted. He wants to 2-0 his victory, this game here, for an easy victory, but I don't believe ToD is going to allow that. There's already a 66 to 57 supply advantage. Workers are about the same, but losing that extra 325 resources worth of units has cost Sase much of his map control, forcing to go into Dark Templars, as Dark Templars really do help you against more novice players, as they may not be expecting those Dark Templars to come in. All right, Dark Templar Zealot now making its way. Oh, double Dark Templar now making its way in. We can see that there are gateways now coming in as well. All the Stalkers are now pulling their way over, as the Photon Cannon looking to finish off a number or a handful of units there. All right, Dark Templar does get a cancellation. Force fields now coming down. There's the merging of the Archon, knowing that they are taking damage anyways. Might as well try to buy as much as possible. Give me one moment. Alright, I am back. Let's go ahead and unpause the game, as we are already looking at a 3rd base. Alright, this is very unorthodox for Protoss players to actually set up a 3rd base this quickly. And if Sase gets punished for it, we will know why. So far, you see the Mothership Core is down. You can see that a Dark Templar was trying to be dropped in there. Didn't find much success at all. Are we going to perhaps see... oh, I believe ToD actually saw that Dark Templar and decided not to engage against it, as he is moving out with the Mothership Core and the Observer hand in hand. So far, Stalkers are going to be engaging here. This one Stalker having a very bad day. 3 Stalkers to 1. That Stalker is just going to retreat, as we now see an army meeting up outside the base of Sase. Sase needs a bit more time. Mothership Core has plenty of energy. We could see Photon overcharge time too, as we quickly see a drop now into the main first. Immortal is coming in. A huge Immortal drop now coming in to just deal a lot of damage. It looks like the Immortals could have finished off the Nexus if the probes didn't come over. A large number of units are falling here, and this will be the end of it. Stalkers, Immortals getting destroyed in the front. Sase losing units in the back. Main base has gone down. A new Immortal does finish off one of the Immortals there, as the Zealots are now trying to chase away this last lone Immortal. ToD doing a great job. There's the GG, as Sase will be forced to play a Game 3 in this best of 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1 and Game 2. Please stay tuned for Game 3 as we go into the final game of this best of 3.